The latest health and care worker visa guidance has finally been updated and uploaded on the government website, as you can see on my screen. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you all in our beautiful family. My returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, which I'm about to share one right now, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, to hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, as earlier mentioned, that the health and care visa guidance is finally published, and this was updated and published on the 11th of March 2024. As you can see on my screen, the guidance is intended to provide information on the health and care visa. The health and care visa is a part of the skilled worker visa. The guidance came into force on 15th February 2021. That was when the health and care worker visa was introduced. Now, as the health and care visa currently forms a part of skilled worker, anyone wishing to apply for the health and care visa must meet all of the requirements for the relevant route. For further information, see paragraph 4 of this guidance. Now, I think I saw a refusal letter a few days ago from Home Office. I'll share that in my future video so you can see the reason for the refusal, because they have set out a particular requirement for those who are coming to the UK now as care workers, and the person who applied for this visa did not meet the requirement and it was refused based on that. So I'll be sharing that later soon, so you can also prepare yourself very well. So just as you can see on my screen, there are so many requirements. Eligibility, let's take the eligibility. The health and care visa is available to the following individuals: a person applying under the skilled worker route for entering, clearance, or leave to remain. That's for new migrants, those who are overseas. Now they can still apply, but like you know, they can't apply with their dependent. I'm also going to share the updated documents on that. So a person taking up a job in one of the occupations specified within the list of the standard occupation classifications codes set out in the paragraph 3, and a person who will be employed or engaged by an NHS Foundation Trust in England, an NHS Trust in England, the Care Quality Commission. I'm just going to leave the code on the screen so you can see the codes that are still on the shortage occupation list. So without taking so much of your time, let's quickly go to the other important part of this document. As you can see on my screen, these are just the codes on the shortage occupation list. Bear in mind that the new one will be published soon. In addition to the requirements set out in the guidance, applicants for the health and care visa will need to meet all relevant criteria for skilled worker. These requirements are set out on the immigration rules at Appendix Skilled Worker and Appendix Skilled Occupation, including a requirement for applicants to work for a UK employer that has been approved by the Home Office. Applicants with certificate of sponsorship for occupation code 6145 care worker and home carers and code 6146 senior care workers must work for a CQC regulated employer. If you have been watching my videos, you will see that I've always mentioned this. It is very important because it is now the Home Office requirement for you to be qualified for the health and care worker visa to apply to a company that is CQC regulated. Okay, I'll be sharing most of those companies on this channel, so stay glued. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button and also share with your friends and loved ones, because they will always find it helpful as well. So just as you can see on my screen, where an applicant has already been issued a visa to work for an employer which is not registered with the CQC, I think I shared this in my previous video. Now, under these rules in place, before 11th of March 2024, they can extend their permission with the same employer. Yes, as you can see, they can still continue to work with that same employer, even if they are not CQC regulated. I'm sure the employer will be working towards the regulation requirements, so they can still continue to work for that same employer, and the employer can still issue them their C.O.S or extend their visa. Now, when an applicant who originally applied before the rules change moves to another sponsor, the new sponsor will need to meet the CQC requirements. So if you're currently working in an organization, now you're moving to another organization that is you want to keep sponsoring you in the UK, the new organization you're moving into must be CQC regulated. This was published on the 11th of March, which is the latest version of the requirement for the care worker visa. Now, a requirement to have a certificate of sponsorship from their employer with information about the role they've been offered in the UK. Now, a requirement to do a job that is on the shortage occupation, a requirement to do a job that's on the list of eligible occupations, a requirement to be paid a minimum salary. How much depends on the type of work the applicant does. Now, a requirement to be able to speak, read, write, and understand English at the required level, which means you still need to provide your IELTS or your NARIC or ethics. But if you are studying in the UK, you just have to apply with your degree certificate. Now, the employer's requirements from 11th of March 2024, as you can see on my screen, the employer will be required to include a brief explanation in the certificate of sponsorship, setting out how the employee meets the health and care visa eligibility requirements set out in paragraph 2 and 3. As earlier mentioned, that I saw a refusal letter recently. I'll share that. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'll share that in a future video. Now, the employer will also be responsible for informing the applicants they are eligible for the health and care visa, so the applicant can correctly complete the visa application form, which means that I think from now moving forward, most employers want to see that your documents are complete, because this has caused a lot of problem recently. Some people go to apply for a care visa or a skilled worker visa without having the right IELTS. Now, from what Home Office have said, the employer has to cross-check to be sure that this person is qualified for the visa before they can apply for the visa, instead of you just going to apply without the employer asking you to go ahead. Where an employer is an organization that provides services commissioned by the NHS, evidence of the contract arrangements with the NHS may need to be provided to UK Visas and Immigration, which is the UKVI, as proof that applicants are eligible to apply for a health and care visa. Now, I'm going to take you to the page now for you to see where they have updated the part that says that you can't apply with your dependent anymore. So just as you can see on my screen, if you're a care worker or senior care worker, your partner and children cannot apply to join you or stay in the UK as your dependent unless you were employed as a care worker or senior care worker in the UK and on a skilled worker visa before 11th March 2024. And one of the following is true. 1. You are currently still on skilled worker visa. You have not switched to another category of visa. You're extending your skilled worker visa with your current employer. You're changing to a new job within the same occupation code while on a skilled worker visa. These are the 3 reasons why you can apply with your dependent. But if you are getting your C.O.S, or let's say you received your C.O.S on the 11th of March, cannot apply with your dependent, just as you can see. But there's another good news as well from Home Office, from what the article says. The visa fee reduction as well is still there. They didn't take that off. There was a speculation that they were going to increase the visa fee and also make care worker pay for IHS, but they didn't take that off. And another good news as well, just as you can see on my screen, is visa processing time. There is now a fast track entry, like you don't really need to pay for priority service. Just as you can see, UKVI will prioritize health and care visa application. A lot of people have come to me to say, oh, Fajira, I've applied for this visa, have not gotten any feedback from Home Office. Now, the good news is the UKVI will prioritize health and care visa applications. There will be no more delays, with the aim that the vast majority are processed within 3 weeks from the point the applicant has provided their biometric information. This is in comparison to the current time frame for visa processing of between 8 and 20 weeks. A lot of people have had delays, and from what it is now, from this new development, they are going to fast track visas for health and care workers. And as you can see as well, dedicated NHS support and visa processing team. Now, the Home Office have set this in their office for them to be able to support them during the process, just as you can see. In addition to the reduced fee, there is a dedicated support available, enabling health and care visa sponsors to contact UKVI's specialist team if they have any issue with the application process or eligibility for the health and care visa. Sponsors can contact UKVI's dedicated NHS team at the following email address. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, Fajira, how do I contact the Home Office? The helpline is not really helpful. Now, the Home Office has provided an email that sponsors can use to contact them. So this is a good news. Out of all the bad news, you can see that there are still good news as well in it. So if you're planning to apply for your visa, you haven't submitted your visa, bear in mind that you can see on my screen, submit for just yourself. Don't go and waste money to apply for your dependents, except you are on the code 6141 or any of the NHS code, but code 6145 and code 6146, you're not eligible to apply with your dependent. It's just for you alone. And this has taken effect already on the 11th of March. So we pray and we hope that something good will happen soon. Maybe after a period of time, they will have to review it again, and maybe dependents can apply. But bear in mind that your dependents can always visit you. Your dependents are not restricted from applying for UK visit visa. They can always come and visit you and spend their holidays with you. Depending on when you're able to sort yourself, have the right category of visa that will enable you apply for them. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. And if you find this video helpful, please do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.